Hey guys, one of the most common questions I get while streaming or from all my videos is my UI and my add-ons and stuff. And after promising it for a while, this is going to be a video strictly going over UI, add-ons, WeakAuras, and everything else. This is not going to be a broad, just a Warlock thing. This is going to be an open thing for everybody because I have a pretty easy way to set everything up and it happens pretty fast. So I'm going to walk over each add-on, what they do, and how to set it up in a certain way. Once again, this is probably a longer video. I don't know how long it's going to be because I just clicked record, but we'll see. But just use the timestamps to float around. So the main one I want to start off with is Elvui. All right, this is the biggest UI thing you're going to see. The big main two ones are Elvui and WeakAuras. I'll go over each of them as well. But to start is Elvui. Elvui is a super customizable UI user interface because I don't like the basic one. And you can just do anything you want with it at all. And I know it's kind of daunting at first because people kind of download it and they don't know what's going on with it. But you can set everything to mouse overs. You can make it so you fade over everything when you're not targeting something. And it is very easy to set up. And I'll give you my import code, which will be in the description below if you want to use it, okay? To download Elvui, just literally go to this link. I'll put it in the description. Don't worry about anything else on the site. Go down to the bottom and click download. When it's done downloading, however your computer decides to download, open it and then zip it into your add-ons folder. After you get it downloaded, you then need the import code from the pastebin link. It'll look like this, right? It'll say best Elvui profile ever, constantly updated, which I do constantly update it. And you click the raw right here, exit the ad, and then copy this, right? All you do is copy that. If I was to go into what Elvui looks like on a fresh character, like if I was to go to basic Elvui, like profiles, and just go to like a new one, right? This is what it looks like stock. It looks just like this. It doesn't look that bad at default, right? You got some stuff in the way. All you do, pretending this is a fresh one, is go to your Elvui, don't do anything else, go to profiles, click import, and you're going to type that import in, and that's all you're going to do. You just click import, accept, and it'll go pretty much what I have, and you'll see everything here. As you see, I have a lot of customization to where like I mouse over something and it tells you, that's where it shows it, right? This is moused over. If I'm not clicking anybody, it fades out. You can change all that, and it's very, very easy to change. Go to escape, click Elvui, and click movers. Movers will help you move all your stuff around. Whatever you click, you move. It's as simple as that. If I click I don't want to move it because I don't want to move it back, but if I click this, it'll move everything around, right? Another thing is if you have an older Elvui, it won't say movers. It'll say toggle anchors down here. That's the same thing. And all you want to do, say, for example, you wanted to, I am going to mess this up a little bit. Say because this bar right here was showing and there's nothing on it, right? Really? And you didn't want it to show. How do you get rid of that? You just go to Elvui, and when you're in the mover section, whatever you right click, because if you look at the menu, it's kind of annoying to find that. You got to find out what action bar is that even. I got to move, and you're sitting here trying to find, it can be really confusing. The best way to do this, click movers or your toggle anchors. So you find whichever one you want and you right click it. So say it was bar number 3 we want to move, we right click it, it brings up the options. I'm going to click mouse over because I don't want to see it anymore unless I mouse over it, right? You can also inherit global fade is, if I use this as an example, inherit global fade is what makes it fade away. So you can go like this, and this is now a mouse over, like I said, and now this is not fading away because I took the inherit global fade away. So go back into it, put on the global fade, and I want this gone, right? Now, another thing you can do is if you don't like the global fade, remove it, but you can also just go to the general section over here, and you can set where the fade is right here, the global fade transparency. If you don't like it, you know, however you want it, you can have it not gone, you can have it gone completely if you'd like it, you know what I mean? Where'd I have it at, 75? Cool. Now, that's just with the Elvui, right? This is just my Elvui thing. There's a lot of customization you can do to this, but if you use the import link, this is exactly what it will look like. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do with that. You can move anywhere. I have this over here. Like if you wanted to move the chat, you just go back to movers and you move it where you want it to go. I put it right in the corner. Sometimes I put it up here because I stream and I want it to hide my camera. And there's another chat over here too that you can hide. You can click and unclick. If I move my details out of the way, you can click and unclick this little box down here, which is not showing up. Right there. There it is. I saw it. Boom. And there's a whole nother chat window you can have. You can just bring like another chat over here. You know what I mean? Boom. And you have 2 of them. I don't really do that. I don't like it because I keep my details there. Another thing while we're on the topic of Elvui, this is less about Elvui and more about your chat window. This is something that's really helpful is you know how you start with the general chat? If I move this here to see it better, you know how you start with the general chat and a combat log? You can right click. I know a lot of you probably know this, but you can make whisper windows and guild windows, right? So say you wanted a whisper window and that's useful, or a guild window and you only want it from people, guild test, right? You go into the guild test, right click it, click settings and uncheck everything but what you want. So in this example of using the guild one, I'll do that one. And then you go to global channels, turn off blister whispers, global channels, make sure none of these are showing. And this is obviously whatever. And then whenever someone tops in guild, it'll only show up there. Okay. I'm gonna delete that because I already had it. I put that there. A lot of people don't know about that. If you do, you already know. You set one up for whispers, guild, you know, maybe you just want one for raid or loot or whatever the other reason is. I think that's enough with Elvui. So a good example right here is I didn't notice that was moving. So you can move your buffs over. You know what I mean? And this Elvui works for every profile in the world. I have it on my mage, I have it on my warrior, I have it on Lich King. I've literally used it in classic, TBC, Lich King, private servers, retail. Even if you play Dragonflight, this works everywhere. You can literally use the same import code with zero problems everywhere. You might have to go in there and get a different a different Elvui download, because each of them are kind of different. Like if you're playing Dragonflight, the one for classic won't work, like the actual add-on itself. But once you get the add-on, however you get it from the website, this import code will always work with it. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about would be WeakAuras. I guess we can talk about that. WeakAuras is, you probably already know what it is, but it's a very customizable thing where you can put you can make a WeakAura. There's WeakAuras for everything. There's a link to the waggle.io site if you want to peruse around for your class. In the example of a mage, and my warlock, I have a mage and obviously a mage and a warlock. If I go to my WeakAuras and open them, I have my warlock one, right? So this is a WeakAura that tracks everything that has, can I move this out of the way? It tracks everything that has to do with the warlock. Okay, so this my 100% warlock tracks my dot times, my taunt, my AoE taunt, my cooldowns if I get cooldowns. When I need a good example is when I need a demon armor. Like right now, it's telling me to demon armor. I put demon armor on. On the mage, it's telling me that I need int and I need armor, frost armor. So I put it on. My warriors telling me my battle shout and stuff like that. So it's really helpful, and also just tells you cooldowns. Like if I look at my mage one, it's just telling me everything. Okay, if I have a living bomb up, how much is left? What's the cooldown on what's this called? Frost Nova. Thank you. What's my poly target at with Cone of Cold when I get it? Stuff like that. My blink. If I have blink right now, it tells me how much more I have on blink. If I Nova, it tells me how much I have on Nova. You get the, if I fire ward, tells me my fire ward. If I evocate, you see what I mean? It tells you. You get it. This one exactly that I'm using is Foji, so I will put them in the link. You must be a Patreon, which is like $4. But if you pay that $4, you get use of all of his WeakAuras. He has WeakAuras for every version of the game. Classic, you know, Seasons Mastery, Hardcore, Lich King. If you do not want to pay the money, I understand that. And I will have equivalent ones that are just as good listed right underneath it. It'll say like free WeakAura or something in the description if you don't want to pay the money. But pretty much they're all nice. Foji just goes a little bit further in details, and he also updates them all the time, which is pretty cool. If I look at other WeakAuras, I don't think I have anything too crazy. If I look at WeakAuras itself, I have a Lake of Fire WeakAura for Warlocks. This just tells you how long your Lake of Fire is on the ground for, and what's left on it. You know, what else? If I log over to my Warrior, which I'll go do right now while we hang out for a second, because there's some like leveling ones if you're leveling and you're kind of interested in them, I guess. My Warrior one has a little bit of leveling stuff. So as you see, he has the same Elvui, right? And then he also has another WeakAura as well. This one's not a Foji one, but this is another WeakAura. It just keeps track of everything that I need to keep my, Blood Rage. Tells me that I need to put my armor up, you know what I mean? Bouncing right here. So that's simple. One thing I really like about this is the user face. This one right here. This is an add-on that keeps track of your experience. This is definitely not needed by any means, but I love it. I use it all the time. I just like the way it looks rather than having to use this. This is usually moused over, so I don't ever see it. I really like this. I don't know why, I just do. You don't have to use it at all. You can, and if you want to, you can literally just go even further into the WeakAura and find what part of it. If you click this eyeball up here till it's open all the way. Now, whatever you click, that's what you're going to customize, right? So if I open up the eyeball all the way and I go down here because I don't want to use this, I can go to load and click never, circle progress, never, and then those will never show, right? That's just more for the leveling side of things. Definitely not important at all. I just kind of like the way it looks. And then RestedXP is another leveling thing. If we're talking about leveling, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about it by now. This is just, as you can see right now, I'm stepping foot into Westfall, sorry. And you can be like, oh, wow, where do I go? There's so much to do. What's the proper order to go in? Or is there a proper order? Or what's the fastest order? Well, that's what this tells you. This literally just tells you where to go at all. This is open sacks on the ground, kill gore tusk and flesh reppers, kill Defias pillagers or trappers and Defias. You see what I mean? Go to the compass. And it also tells you there's a rune guide here, which is really cool. It tells you to get where your runes. So right now I'm level 13. I don't know if there's a rune at level 13. Quick strike. I can go get quick. Oh, I already got quick strike. Well, that's the example. I use this to get quick strike. Let's say I want to go get. Is there one that's close to me right now? Damn, there's nothing close. Let's go 16. Endless Rage. I want to get Endless Rage. Enter the Cliffspring Naga Cave. Kill Lady Sarax. Level 18 Elite, which has other mobs around it. You may instead opt to get it from Westfall, which is easier. You know, it's so on and so forth. It has all your runes there, which is cool. It also has a survival guide if you're a hardcore player as well. And they also have a retail version if you're playing retail. They have every version, Lich King, everything. And the best part is, it is a paid add-on, but the best part is it's free 1 to 20, right? So you can literally just go and use it to 20 and then figure your shit out from 20 to 25. Or you can get ahead of the curve and buy it now, and then you can use it for 25 to 40 next phase, and then 40, 50, and then 50 to 60. You can go use the promo code CRIX to get it cheaper. There's a link in the description below if you want it. Let's see. That's about all the leveling stuff I have here. I guess we can go. Okay. Oh yeah, Questie. Obviously, you know what Questie is. That's what's putting all this on my bar on my map right now. It also, if I don't have it open right now, I don't think. Maybe if I left click, there you go. Yeah. Also, if you shift click, you can kind of track your own right here, right? Control to move this, control click to move this if you want to. You can shift click and track your stuff. You can also shift click them off when you're done or whatever. This is just to keep an easy tracker for those that don't want to use RestedXP. Now, the next thing about my UI would be Sexymaps, which is what this is right here. This is just called Sexymaps. There's two big map things that I like a lot. Sexymaps is you just replace this map and it puts your other map up there. To be fair, you don't replace it. You have to download it, Sexymaps, right? The add-on. And then you go to Elvui and then you have to go to Maps, Minimap, and turn yours off. Because if you don't, it'll load both of them, right? And it'll look kind of funky. So just make sure to go into Elvui and turn them off, okay? Once you do that, you can mess with the settings on this the way you like it, which is really cool. So now you see both a little bit. It kind of looks funky. I don't really like it much, so. Okay, so once you download Sexymaps, it's going to look basic as shit. It looks like if you want this exact thing. What's cool about it is there is just a lot of customization you can do. So the default one, which I don't know what it is, but if you just go, I don't know how to bring up the default one. But if you go to default presets, you have the rune circles, except, you see what I mean? Oh, this is a default one right here. It looks like this. And then you can just go down here and check. You can also tweak with it if you want. Just open this up and just go, you can go to town on it. You can upload your own images and everything. It's crazy. I don't do all that. You can just find one here, or you can just use the user submitted ones because I like these. They look kind of cool. They had a little cloud one. I'm too lazy to actually sit there and, change them all. They have some really cool looking ones though. I use Faded Square. That's the one that I use. I put it up here to the top and call it a day. The next one is Hiding Bar. That's this little hidden bar right here, which has all my icons from my mini map. If you're anything like me, you have a lot of add-ons. And if you have a lot of add-ons, your mini map looks like this. The whole bunch of little circles around there. It's kind of situated because I have Sexymap and it kind of does it for you. All these little bars, right? Well, Hiding Map gets rid of that for you. That's the best part about it. It's one of my favorite add-ons. You turn it on and it goes everything to the top. Easy. Not much to talk about here. Then you can go ahead and click whatever you want while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Next one on the list is going to be Atlas Loot. So Atlas Loot is /AL to open it, or you can just go here and click your icon, whatever you want to do. They currently have a new Atlas Loot, which includes the Black Feather Depths and the future raids when they come out in the actual Atlas Loot. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go into your CurseForge or wherever you are downloading your add-ons from, and you need to delete the other Atlas Loot that you have, right? You have one that's old. Let me see. You delete it, and then I'll also obviously put a link into it. But one thing that people are getting messed up with this is it's called Atlas Loot. Like if you type in Atlas, whoops, and look for the one that says SOD. This is the one that everybody has right now, right? Ignore that and get the one that says SOD. Obviously SOD, Season Discovery. That's the one you're going to want to be able to get this correct, okay? Next one is Extended Character Stats. This is right here. This is what this is right here. It tells you everything you need to know about your character. I don't know why this is showing. I don't even know what that is. If that's part of the add-on, it might have changed it. One of my add-ons is interfering with this. I don't like this. I don't know why it's doing that, but you won't have that problem. But anyway, it'll show you all your stats. You can't tell because this is hiding it, but it tells you all your stats, right? Your MP5, your hit chance, your spell power, your fire damage, whatever it is, all your stats, hit, dodge, defense, agility, whatever class you are. And then obviously this is part of Elvui as well. When you look at this, same with the color coordination on this, it's all Elvui. One thing that's not Elvui is what you're seeing right here. If I close this, I don't have any gear on the swap off to show you, but it is, oh, there we go. I got a trinket. This is called Itemrack. So you can just literally go into your thing, say you get a piece of gear, and you're like, oh shit, I want to change my trinkets and put that on, right? Another thing you can do is you can Alt left click and it puts whatever slot you just clicked on your thing. So say that you want to switch your trinkets or you're pre-popping a trinket, you can go click and then swap it out real quick and it'll swap it for you. And you can do that for every piece of gear if you want. I don't know why you use every piece of gear. And they start by itself, but if you add something new like this, and it kind of like goes in the middle, you can click and drag it and link it to magnet. It'll magnetize to there, right? And you can also go like this and move it. Like if you have one here, you can just put it on the bottom and it'll magnetize to the bottom, and you can make some funky ass little pattern, if you really wanted to do that. Have fun with it. While we're on this page, we also have Bagnon. This is what this is right here. I don't use Adibags, which is a very, very good one as well, but I will put it up on my screen right now over here in the edit, okay? Bagnon just keeps track of everything. I love it. You can also see what's in your bank, which I really like by just right-clicking this and clicking bank, right? And you can see everything in your bank. You can do this with Adibag as well. I just only use this because I'm so into it. I just can't. I'm addicted to this. It even bugs out sometimes, and I still use it all the time. You know what I mean? Adibags is amazing. As you can see, it separates all your stuff in coordinated groups, and you can even move the groups around. You can name the groups. You can do a whole bunch of things that's really customizable, so it's pretty cool. Next one you can't see, but it's called Bug Grabber and Bugsack, okay? So you know when you get in the game and you get an LUA error in the middle of the screen, it just makes it so that all goes to your chat right here and keeps it out of your face. You need both Bug Grabber and Bugsack. They go together. Next is details. That's coming over here. We know what that is. That is, you know, that's how you keep track of your damage done. I like this because you can keep your damage done. You can also keep track of your healing. You can look at so many different things that you can keep track of. And I like to have a couple windows open. This is just my personal preference. This is because I like to keep track of a few things in raid, especially when I'm raid leading. So like I have a damage done meter. This is per boss. And then I have an overall damage just because I like to see how much damage I'm doing overall, even though Warlock's damage are garbage right now. And then I would say you want another one, you click add window. You can create a new one right here, but I already have it made. It'll go back here. And that's for the healing. This is more for the healers that watch my stream. And I want them to see, I want them to be able to see how much healing is going on. Sometimes they request that, which is really good. If you open a new window, it'll start in the middle. You just click and drag it down here until you see the numbers pop up. And then it will automatically link on like that. And then it'll move with it. And then I have another window up for Tiny Threat. This is why I love it, because it comes with a threat bar. So you can watch that as well. Speaking of Threatplates, it's an add-on called Threatplates. This is one of my favorite things in the world. I'm showing footage from my raid where you can see it changes the UI of it as well. Once again, you will need to go into Elvui and turn off nameplates. You literally just go click escape, go to Elvui, click nameplates, and disable the enable button, and then reload. This helps a lot, mainly because I like the threat percentage on the left side. It tells you how much threat you have. If you're a DPS, so you can watch your threat a lot easier than having to look at a meter. And also, if you're tanking, this helps you a little bit as well. So I really like this one. It's my favorite one. Obviously, the import code will be below for this. All my imports that you see for details and everything else will be below. The next one is Tacotip, which will show you your gear score and anybody around you. If you hover over them right there, it'll say what their gear score is as well under their little tooltip thing right here where it says gear score 291. This is really kind of pointless, but it lets you know the gear score of people, so I wanted to put it in there. The next one is wide quest log, which makes your quest log wider, so it looks like this, right? I like it wide instead of having it all crammed together like what you see on the right side. The next one is spy, which is what you're seeing. I just went in enemy territory to show you guys. It is going to show you every people that you're fighting. It shows you your opposite alliance right around you, so you can see when they're around you. And yeah, as I'm dying, I died for this. I just want to let you know that. But yeah, you can also click this right here in statistics. It tells you everything, and you can also click it too, which is great. So that's kind of cool. Can I make it out? Can I blink out? Can I blink out? I think I can make it. Oh, made it with 12 health. Made it with 12 health just for the video. I like that. Anyway, yeah, it shows you everybody here. You can also click statistics and it tells you everybody you've been fighting. You know, everybody who's been around you and all that. This helps because you can just see when you're, it makes a little ding ding sound too, like a dinging sound. So if you see it, you can run around and all of a sudden it'll be like bing bing and you can look around. It's a big range too, like 100 yards. Right after that is Leatrix Maps, which is a map add-on that makes your map look like this. I like it a lot more than the normal map. That's what's just called Leatrix Maps. After that is Leatrix Plus, which allows you to do a lot of things, like automate your quest for turning in and picking up, automate the gossip so you can skip all that stuff so you don't have to scroll it. You can sell all your grays, you can repair automatically, you can, you know, block invites, you can invite from whisper. So if you click this on and somebody whispers you INV or whatever you want the code to be, it'll automatically invite them. Interface stuff, you know, show cooldowns. So you have a whole bunch of stuff you can do with it. And one of my favorite ones everybody asks about is what's training. That's this right here. It's literally called what's training. It tells you what you can learn. It tells you what level you learn your next abilities. And it's pretty straightforward. That's all it does. And you know, if you're a warlock, grimoires, and it has some hunter pet stuff in there if you're a hunter pet. I really like this. Just kind of in the open world, you can go, oh, I'm not going to need to train Curse of Weakness. I can not go all the way back to town to train it. And last but not least is spell replay. My favorite one in the world. When I cast a spell, it says what I'm doing right there. I get asked this so much. It's actually kind of crazy. And this just does exactly like I just said. When you cast a spell, it puts it right there. This is mainly for streaming purposes or my videos, but you know, it helps. I don't know. It just looks cool to me. I like it a lot. And I think that's it. Hope this helps somebody out there as you guys are building your UI. This is just my favorite. I know Bartender's a good option, and there's a lot of other options for add-ons. So you guys are more than free, and you guys are more than welcome to put some in the comments. This is just my specific UI setup. Yeah, I hope you guys like this one. This wasn't a scripted video, so I was talking fast and all that. But you know, hey, let me know if you have any questions below. I'll try to put all the links right now in the description. I will test them to make sure they all work as well. Most of them are on CurseForge except for I think Spell Replay, but I have a link for that as well. I'll have all the add-ons in a folder that you can just click and download whatever ones you want as well. And yeah, see you in the next one, boys. Peace.